he is trying not to get comfortable, and I'm trying to be comfortable. Like, you know what? This is my husband and he's here. I want him to be comfortable. I want him to feel like this is his place. This is, this is our home together.
So I had my 1 month vacation in January, right after she left, and of course, the only place I would go was to the UAE to spend time with my wife because we try to spend time together as much as possible.
Exactly.
Because of our situation, living apart. And since I came in January of 2020, I have not left the UAE. I am still in the UAE 1 year later. Well,
look at God.
More than a year later because it's now February 2021.
Look at God. So what we thought would have initially been a
1 month
long
trip?
distance, a long distance marriage, at least for the next couple of years.
Next 2 years.
We were immediately thrown into the experience of having that 1 year, that first year together.
So let me try to explain. Because we're always traveling, my suitcase is always packed and ready to go. And whenever I travel to visit her or travel to any other country, I normally take my clothes from my bags. I don't unpack and use the drawers or the closets or anything. And I had it like that for more than a month because I kept thinking that, okay, maybe this is temporary, so they'll open up back the borders soon. So I don't want to get too comfortable because then it's going to be harder for me. So I kept living out of my bag.
Until literally September 2020.
Until about September.
When it was like, well, school's about to start and I'm not going back.
No,
So.
but that's not why you decide. No, first of all, she started moving my things little by little. She cleared out the drawers and she started putting stuff in there little by little.
Every time I did laundry.
And I was like, wait, where my stuff? Oh, there's this drawer. Oh, your stuff are here in the closet. I'm like, huh?
Because he is trying not to get comfortable and I'm trying to be comfortable. Like, you know what? This is my husband and he's here. I want him to be comfortable. I want him to feel like this is his place. This is, this is our home together. May it be temporary or not, this is still our home together.
Yes, because initially it's like she has her home here in the UAE. I had my apartment, my home in China. So I was like, everything for me is in China. So that's technically my home. I have nothing here, and I just came to visit. So it was very difficult to make that adjustment, maybe mentally, to feel like, yes, this is my wife. She's not just a girlfriend, and this is my home. And it took a while for me to make that full adjustment, but eventually I think we got there.
Eventually.
Yes.
So I guess from January, of course, I had to go back to work. I went back to work January, February, and then
March.
March, actually the first part of March. Oh, this looks like a Caesar salad.
Finally.
This looks so good. Sorry, pause. I'm just gonna put some on my plate. So, I had gone back to work January, February, and a little bit of March. March was when the lockdown went into place. So, outside of the lockdown here, so China was already locked down since February.
No.
End of January,
I
February?
was supposed to return at the beginning of March, and I think about 2 weeks before, a week or two before, they closed the borders for China, and so I couldn't go back. So I had to cancel my flight, and I was trying to reschedule, but then they were uncertain, so I couldn't reschedule. So I got a full refund because they were doing like a COVID refund for everybody who had to cancel because of COVID. So at least that was good. I got back the money. Many people still didn't get back their money.
Yeah.
So, and that was it. We've been waiting. I have been waiting since, but until now, nothing. So
we decided to take advantage of him being
the
here,
extra time.
the extra time together. So, what did we do? With the lockdown was from March until March, April, May. How long was the lockdown?
No.
I don't remember how long
The thing
it was.
is, it came to a point where we did not even know the difference between the place being locked down or the place being reopened.
Right, exactly. I mean, we weren't
Because we
going
didn't go anywhere. We stayed home all day, every day, maybe go for a little walk or something, and grocery shopping, right? Every
But
other
that was
week.
it.
So
That was pretty much all we did. So now, not only are we thrown into the actual living together part of the marriage, but we're locked down and confined.
Right. We started out in confinement.
In confinement with each other. And I think we said this before in another video, in one of our getting to know us video. We did mention this. We talked about it a little bit, what we did to pass the time and getting in during the lockdown. So if you haven't seen that video,
Check it out.
we'll put it somewhere on the screen so you can click on it and check it out. We didn't really do much until summer. When summer came, I was on holiday the start of July, and we decided that with things opening back up, we would actually try to, because normally when July comes, it's like, babe,
Time to travel and meet up somewhere.
Where are we meeting up? Where are we going for the summer? But because we weren't doing that, we decided we're gonna do some things around this area in the UAE.
Right.
So we did. I think we spent a week in Ajman city.
Well,
on
that
the
was
beach.
for our anniversary weekend. That's how we celebrated our 1 year anniversary. So I think that's where we should be ending the video.
No, wasn't it before that?
No, it was for our 1 year anniversary. We went to
because we went to Rock. We went to
that's
Ras Al
right.
Khaimah too.
Oh, that's right.
So we went to two different places.
Okay.
Couldn't go to Abu Dhabi, so we spent a week in Ajman. One reason to get some work done. Back up before we get there. So whatever plans God had for you, it'll work out. Don't have to worry about anything. So as he said, he came here on a tourist visa to visit visa, which he was only permitted 90 days, 3 months. So January to March or April. By April, January to March to April, 3 months. Why are you looking at me like I'm miscounted?
You're looking at me.
So by April, his visa would be expired. So we decided in March that, since it doesn't look like he'll be leaving anytime soon, we needed to get him a more permanent solution. So we started applying for his spousal visa, and that basically puts him as my husband in all systems and everything UAE. So his ID card has my name on it.
Everything has her name on it for me.
So we applied for his spousal visa. That took a while because of the pandemic. With everything being locked down, we couldn't do the proper running around and everything had to be done online or through the phone, and everything got insurance, and now he's a resident, a UAE resident. Celebrate it. So that's one of the things that we did during the lockdown. After that, so of course now he's able to stay
And feel a bit more comfortable and at ease.
Right, exactly. So that led us up into summer, where we did some traveling around. We did Ajman, like we said, spent a week just out by the beach, just enjoying things, trying new things, jet skiing.
I jet skied for the first time.
Jet skiing and trying to inveigle me to jet ski because I can swim.
Inveigle? Or
Yes.
inveigle?
Same thing.
Inveigle, yeah.
Trying to either way, it means force me to jet ski. I was like, nope, I can't swim, not doing it. What else? Did you do the boarding thing?
No, I didn't do anything else.
Okay.
Because it was too late.
Okay. So we did that, and then we did another few days in for our anniversary, for our 1-year anniversry.
So we're in August now?
We're down in August. We spent that in Ras Al Khaimah, again by the beach. There's a lot of beaches here. Beautiful hotel.
I mean,
by
if
the
we're
beach,
not by the beach,
resort.
it doesn't feel like a vacation.
Resorting by the beach, and he did. What did you do?
The
longest
zip line in the world.
Yes,
I did
down
it.
Jebel Jais.
So all those who think I'm a scaredy cat, you can try doing the longest zip line in the world across a whole country.
A whole country though. Down Jebel Jais.
That's what it felt like.
Again, something else that he tried to force me to do, but if God wanted me to fly, he would have given me wings. So
That's why
no.
we have Red Bull.
In a second, are you doing Red Bull promos now? Red Bull, call us. But that was our first year in marriage. How was it for you?
Let me say I was a bit nervous because even before I got married, I always thought about what it would be like getting married and living with someone else and sharing space. And I am very picky about certain things when it comes on to my personal space, and when it comes on to noise, when it comes on to cooking and even doing laundry. Those things, I'm very peculiar about all those things. So if I'm going to be sharing space with someone, sharing these kind of responsibilities with someone, I always wanted to know that I was really ready for it. And I must say it turned out much better than expected. As we said at the beginning of this video, that many people say the first year of marriage or the first few years are normally the hardest, and once you've overcome those first few years, then you're well on your way. Yeah, so it wasn't bad. We just tried our best to communicate. We're not trying to paint a picture that the first year of marriage was perfect. We have to understand that even though, as we said, it's been a long distance relationship leading up to when we started living together in January, and we didn't plan to start living together so soon because mentally I was preparing myself that by the next 2 years we would have been fully adjusted, but it came much sooner, and which it was a bit scary at first, but we tried our best to communicate, to understand each other. And I don't feel like we will ever know everything about a person before you get married to them, and even after you get married, you still won't know everything. The whole marriage is a lifetime of learning, so every day it's something new. And we tried our best to just get along we have to get along at first, and then whenever we have issues, we try our best to communicate and talk about them, and no fight. You know, one question my wife always asks me. She's always asking me, "So, babe, why don't we ever fight? Why don't we ever
Because
have
we
an
never
argument?"
fight.
I'm like, and I am
Is
like,
this normal?
"Do we need to have an argument?
Is this
Do we need to be fighting?"
Because every time you see something online or somewhere, you know what? Get off the internet.
Exactly. Get
You
off
said
the
like people
internet.
always like, oh, I wish I knew how to argue properly. Like people don't know how to argue properly because you never see. Okay, one of the things I've seen is they say that a lot of couples nowadays don't know how to argue properly because they've never seen a healthy argument. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but they've never seen like a healthy argument. It's always like big fights, big blow-ups, hitting below the belt, and things like that. And I'm just like, well, we have never had any type of disagreement that or any type of disagreement that I've felt the need to go low or to throw low blows. I've
How
never.
low can it go?
Stop it. Like I've never felt the need to have an argument like that. You know what I mean? So it's always like, well, how come we've never had like these big explosive
fights, big
arguments that
argument.
it's like, no, I hate you. I don't want to be in this marriage anymore. I've never felt that. I've never felt the need for that. And we have had disagreements because, like you said, this is a learning process for us. We're still learning about each other. We're still growing with each other. And if it's one thing that I must say about my husband is that if I express something to him that I don't like or something like that, he takes it into consideration and he tries his best to avoid it. So if it's something like I don't know why, but maybe it's a man thing, let me know. Married women,
Here you know.
let me know, why do men not close the toothpaste? Like, why is that a thing? It's like
I do
can
close
never
it.
now. But one time he never closed the toothpaste. Like he would close it partially, where you think it, where if you leave it partially open, you don't snap it all the way, the toothpaste actually leaks out into the cover, and then you open it and you have like globs of toothpaste in the cup. I had to like, listen, you need to close the toothpaste properly. I don't like that. And he actually listened and like took it into consideration, and I think that's something that he learned. Yes, you did. See,
I always close my
he
toothpaste.
doesn't even notice. He doesn't even notice that he's learned to close the toothpaste properly. I'm not saying he doesn't close it. I'm just saying he doesn't close it all the way. But he takes things that I say like into consideration, and he's good like that, I think. So I think that's part of the reason why I've never fallen into the toilet. I've never fallen into the toilet. So I think that's one of the things that's like that. I think that's one of the things that he's really good with, and that's one of the things that make our marriage and our relationship in this first year just so smooth. This transition just has been just wonderful and amazing.
And I have to say it's the same for you too, because whenever I say something that I don't like, or I think something needs to change or get adjusted or addressed, whatever the case is, you normally make an effort to adapt or adjust, because we're coming from two single homes, living as one, and there were a lot of adjustments that needed to be made so that we could start actually living as a couple and not just as two single individuals living together,
sharing a space.
right? Because that's two completely different scenarios. So that was our first year.
Yes.
Pretty much.
I must say, we've had a wonderful first year.
Definitely, we sure did.
It's been great, and honestly, if this is what all my years are gonna be like, I look forward to 150 years
I mean,
married to this man.
there were rooms for improvement. So, moving forward with the improvements, with what we've learned from last year, we applied those, and this year should be much, much better and much more fun. And we're looking
Especially now
forward
that things
to
are
it.
opening up.
Right. We know we can do things again. We can travel
Exactly.
again.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Share with us what your first year of marriage was like, or what your first year of living with your partner was like. Let us know in the comments. And if you were in a long distance relationship when you got married, feel free to share your experience as well, and let us know how it was when you started living together. Yes. So
And if you aren't married, that's okay. This video is also for you.
you can definitely learn a few things.
What did you learn anything? And if you did, what is something that, if you are going to get married, or if you would like to one day get married, what's something that you would like to take into your marriage with you?
All right, so that's it, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time in another video on
On Cloud
Lindsay.